Hello class. Today I'm going to show you how to use Pixton. It's an online comic creator. We're going to be using this tomorrow in class to create a visual comic of our moment mémorable, which you guys have been working on in class time. Today I'm going to show you how to create a very basic comic using this particular software. First, when you log into an account that you will create, you'll see a page like this. To start creating your own comic, click the Create button up at the top here. You'll see a drop-down series of links. Click Create a Comic. Now you'll get to choose your comic format. You'll see that some of them do not have the plus sign in the corner, like this one does, and some of them do. Do not pick the ones with the plus signs because those are for the paid accounts. If you are on a free account, which you all will be, you get to pick between these four options. You don't want to pick the quickie because that one already has preset characters and preset locations. You want to give yourself more flexibility. Don't pick the poster either because that one won't be the right format for you. So this gives you a choice between the classic and the Sunday funny. I would pick the classic, so I'm going to show you how to work with that one. Click Create. Now it's going to let you choose a layout. So depending on how many boxes you want to use, pick the one that suits your needs. I'm going to pick the 3-box one, but if you don't see any here that work for you, you can click Create Your Own and add on boxes as you go. But I'll start with the 3-box. So click Select on the one that you want. The first thing I'm going to do for my comic is I'm going to give it a title. So click on the section that says Untitled, and then you can put in whatever title you want. Next, you're going to start creating your actual comic strip. Click on the box that you want to work on. It'll come up with a random color. To add a background, scroll down these little images on the side until you get to the mountains at the bottom. That'll say Add Background next to it. Click on that. Now it'll show you a series of backgrounds and you can scroll through. Find one that you like and then you can start working on it. I'm going to pick the one with the Eiffel Tower. Now that I have my Eiffel Tower background, I can edit it if I choose by changing some of the colors. I can scroll around until I find a color I like, or I can just leave it the color it was. I've decided that I like it a little bit more blue, so bluish white, so I'm going to click on that color. I can flip it a little. I can go side to side. I can flip it upside down if you want an upside down Eiffel Tower. And I can also break it into pieces, which I'm not going to do at this moment. Once you're done fiddling around with your background, you can start adding props or characters. I'm going to start with a character first. These are characters I've used in previous comics, but I want to go to a larger list of characters. Put your mouse over My Characters at the top until Preset Characters shows up. Then click on Preset Characters. These are basic characters that anybody can use. Don't worry too much about anything like eye color, skin color, hair color. All that can be changed later on. What you need to worry about now is just the general shape of the character. There are only a few characters that are children. All of the rest are adults. The 2 child characters, which you will be using for this particular project, because you're talking about your childhood memories, are this character right here and this character right here. I'm going to pick this character for the work we're doing. So now that I put my character in, I can move him to wherever I want to put him in the comic. I'm going to leave him right here. If I click on different parts of his body, I can change the color. So you click and hold, and then you just scroll. I'm going to give him pink hair, and I'm going to make his shirt yellow, and his shorts green. You can also change the color of their shoes if you want. Now, this is the point in time when you can start changing things like skin color and hair color. So I can change the skin color here by using these flesh toned ones up here. I'm going to leave it more or less the same though. Now, once you have your character done, and they're all the right colors and their clothes are all set, you can start moving them around. So click outside the box to get rid of the colors. And now you can start focusing on how to position them. If you double click on a part of their body, you can move it around. You can position your character in pretty much any way you choose. They move at the joints just like a normal person. I'm going to have my character jumping for joy. When you're done positioning your character, you can start adding props. Go to the little geometric shape here, and you'll see a list of props. I am going to pick a prop out of this list, and I think I'm going to pick the groundhog. So maybe this story will be about a boy and his pet groundhog. Once you're done doing that, you can start adding speech. So when you click speech bubble, it'll automatically add one next to your character. If you don't want it right next to your character, you want to move it around a bit, you can just click and drag. If you double click on it, you can start adding text. And you can just type into the box. Now, obviously, this is not exactly the kind of comic you're going to be making. But as an example, I'm going to add a bit of text about how much he likes visiting Paris with his pet groundhog. Now, as you'll see, it originally covered his face a little bit, so I moved it so that it just covered part of the background. There's one box done. Then you just repeat with the rest of the boxes. When you're finished, you can click Save for Later or Save and Continue. I'm going to say that you should always click Save for Later. What this does is it will save it in your list of cartoons. This means that when you go back into it, it will start off as a blank cartoon without any of your editing files on top of it. It'll just be your character as if he's in a normal comic. When you're finished your comic, I want you to take a screenshot of it. This means that you won't have to go through any more signing up. So on a Mac, you would click on Command-Shift-4. Then take your little cursor and just drag it over the comic. You'll hear that little click. That means it's taken the screenshot, and it should appear on your desktop. You'll then retrieve it and send it to me to complete your final project. Here's an example of a finished product that I made about my memorable moment as a child. As you'll see, you can make it quite detailed with a lot of characters. Have fun exploring Pixton, and I will see you in class tomorrow to work on this project.